sure you guys probably knew this was coming. Anytime a big trade happens, I like to do a rebuild with the team. However, in the case of the Rams, they have now become one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl. So this isn't really just a rebuild focused on a year or two. We're going to try and keep them good, which could pose a bit of a challenge as the Rams really don't have any picks at all. They've traded them all away. And you know what? It's kind of working because Jalen Ramsey, 2 first-round picks to bring him in. Von Miller, 2nd and 3rd round pick to bring him in. Matthew Stafford, multiple first-round picks to bring him in, and Jared Goff. And that, what a big piece to lose. Jared Goff. I'm surprised the Rams have been able to even accomplish anything without the goofball. But if you guys are new here, consider hitting that subscribe button, and let's go ahead, talk about this roster, and then try to make this team stay good. Because with aging talent, it might not be super easy. One of the reasons why a rebuild becomes so tough with a team like this is that the Rams can just easily turn these contracts and the salary cap hit into the bonus, which means that they're not really going to be affected in the salary cap at all. It's not really a thing in Madden because I'd be abusing the system, which is what teams do in real life now with the Rams. Saints, I think, are prime examples of that. So keeping this team together and performing at a high level is going to be challenging. Von Miller's 32 and also is a free agent. However, I got to change his contract because the Broncos are paying $9 million of the $9.7 million that he's owed. So the cap hit for this team, I guess it's not going to matter for only one season, so I guess I can keep it. But we're going to keep the team as it is in season 1 for sure. But it's not really an amazing looking Madden team. It's good. Cooper Kupp is quickly becoming one of the best receivers in the league. He's been incredible. He just gets open every play, and that turns out pretty good ability to have. Matthew Stafford not only gets the football out pretty quickly, but this offensive line's played well. When you consider that Matthew Stafford has been sacked only 7 times, which is by far the fewest in the league for any actual starter, it's unreal. And Deshaun Jackson was actually just cut in real life, so let me go ahead and make that happen. And we'll take on the penalty. It is what it is there. Team traded for Sony Michel, but I'm not really sure I'd rather have him than Darrell Henderson. We got Van Jefferson. We got Tutu Atwell, who's out for the season now. Unbelievable that this was a 2nd round pick by the Rams. I mean, really unbelievable. And then defensively, the team traded away Kenny Young to the Broncos a few days ago. But getting Von Miller is huge. Leonard Floyd's been able to play well. We have Obadiah Okoronkwo, Terrell Lewis. And we're going to have to improve a lot of this team. But they should be at the very least decent with Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey and Von Miller. It should be a bad day to be a quarterback, whether you're getting sacked by these guys or throwing a pick to them. I'm also going to make Taylor Rapp an inside linebacker. There's no reason he should be playing safety. It's just not his skill set. He's an in-the-box player, and he's going to improve our linebacking core a little bit. Terrell Burgess is going to start in the back end, Jordan Fuller. It's not a bad team, but this is really more scheme over players a lot of the time. Like the offensive line. It's a decent group. We're going to lose Andrew Whitworth because he's super old. Is he 40? He might be 40. He's 39. Is he not 40? He turns 40 in December, but still. 40 years old and being a left tackle in the league and still playing at a high level. Unbelievable. But we'll see what this team can accomplish with Von Miller in year number 1. Just need to make sure he's a rush end. It's going to be the biggest thing. And he is. So this should be fun. So unlike real life, this team is not performing as great in game. Only 4-4 right now at week 9. Not exactly where we'd want to be. I'll say that. There also isn't a point to do scouting because we don't have any picks. But this is the Von Miller Rams rebuild, so I have to keep Von Miller at all costs. And that cost may be pretty high. It's a 3-year contract. You know what? I think we can pay you this. It's a lot of money, but I think we can do that. And Von Miller is back for probably the rest of his career. May not happen in real life. I think I probably see this as more of a rental. But for right now, it's great for us. Next on the list for me is Austin Corbett. Going to prioritize the offensive line. And I thought this was David Edwards for a second. Kind of the same look to him a little bit, not going to lie. But don't really want Sony Michel. I do probably want Sebastian Joseph Day back. Pretty good nose. He is a little expensive, but he is back. And can we bring back Darius Williams? Don't really have the money to do so. I can up it up a little bit. And if he signs that, I'm fine. I don't actually have the salary cap to make that offer. Okay, how far down do we have to bring this? He needs more money. We don't have more money. So I can franchise tag him and go into the negative at the end of the season. But I don't think I want to do that. Ooh, 7-10, missed the playoffs. Let's go. 3rd in defensive points per game, 14th in offensive, and we went sub 500 by a decent bit. You know what's funny is the Rams have 7 wins in real life, 7-1, yet in Madden, simulating from the start of the season, this team went 7-10. Pretty awesome. And by awesome, I mean terrible. I don't know if you caught that I was being facetious. So Stafford was decent, although unspectacular in my opinion. Cam Akers was pretty good. Cooper Kupp, 14 TDs for Robert Woods with 1,100 yards. Cooper Kupp led the team in catches and receiving yards, though. Good season all around for him. And Leonard Floyd had 101 tackles. I'll never know how that was a thing. That's way too many for just an outside linebacker. I don't really know what's going on there. Aaron Donald had 25 tackles for loss. Von Miller put up 8.5 sacks. Not bad, but it's not, what we expected. Not great. The numbers overall, I would say, are unimpressive. So we are negative 2.5 million right now. So that might change when we go into re-sign players as the Bills won the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes won MVP. Aaron Donald won Defensive Player of the Year. He was great. So that makes sense to me. Okay, so now we have 13.9 mil. That feels like too much. That feels like somebody retired, which concerns me. Stafford went up to Superstar Dev, by the way. That's great. But did he also regress because he's 34 now? Let's see. He probably did. He definitely did. Okay. That sucks. And then defensively, we have the big guys. Von Miller regressed. Leonard Floyd got Star Dev. Okay. Not so bad. Darius Williams regressed by 1. He's 29 now. Is it worth it to keep him? I don't know. I don't really want a lot here. I don't really want Darius Williams. Like we can get better for the price. You got to play that smart. He's 29. In Madden, that's just like his career is over. Sorry. Okay, so we can't really spend a lot of money. We need a center. Can't really get Jason Kelsey. We need a deal. Man, Brian Allen might have been the best option. That's sad. It's like Brian Martin, Brian Allen. So I got Connor Williams in free agency. Not for a lot, by the way. That's going to help us out on the offensive line. I could move David Edwards to center or Austin Corbett, really. Also, the reason we had a lot of money freed up, Andrew Whitworth retired, and I just didn't see. Just didn't look. Tried to get Casey Hayward in free agency. We didn't really have a lot of money. And he ended up declining the last week of free agency, going somewhere else. The draft's going to be weird. I'd still have to trade away the 2nd and 3rd round pick, because that is property of the Denver Broncos at this point. So we just won't be picking in this draft, probably. Got a future 7th back in return. It's just like the easiest way to make that happen so the Broncos get their picks, and there's no, there's no bonus for us, really. I did the advanced scouting on a couple of centers, or one center. It didn't work because the scouting is broken, because the game's terrible. I did it on Noah Borden. It just didn't do it. So the game's stupid. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. It's a bad game. Now, it did work for these 2 linebackers that I scouted, though. Of course, 80% scouted. He's a linebacker. I don't know block, shit, pursuit, tackle, or zone coverage. Terrible player. Another one, 80%. Don't know block, shit, pursuit, tackle, or zone coverage. It's not a problem to anybody else. God. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Maybe the new Madden scouting has me on my my Ram stuff, which why bother with the draft? It's terrible now. I just let the CPU handle the draft. We had a 5th round pick. There's not a point. Yeah, they actually drafted a 69 overall receiver late, playing up to a 70. That's pretty nice. But, you know, I mean, did they do better than I could have done? Probably. Man, the Rams have a thing with taking the slowest possible safeties. 82 speed safety? God dang. We're going to have to start Bobby Evans at right guard. Don't love that, but it's our best option right now. David Edwards is going to play left tackle. I think he did at Wisconsin. I think he did. I mean, much of the team looks the same, except Matt Stafford is worse now. And then defensively, this team really just isn't set up to be a 3-4 or a 4-3 at this point. Just don't have the linebackers, you know, any way you slice it. So what I'm doing, because it makes more sense in Madden to do this, is I'm moving Von Miller down to left end. He's not really going to be a 3-4 defensive end. Don't worry about that. It's just Justin Hollins will play off ball, where Von Miller is always going to be rushing the passer, and that's why he'll be at rush left end as well. And Leonard Floyd's going to be rush right end on the other side. Linebackers playing off ball are, you know, Taylor Rapp and Justin Hollins. This isn't great, but it's what we have. Probably put Cooper Kupp back in the slot. And we just really weren't in a position to make this team all that much better. So what I might do is, on my real life Rams stuff, is make a trade. We don't have a ton of cap room, but I know that these picks, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, whatever, I can get something decent for that. Okay, trading a 3rd and a 4th for Patrick Queen and Cole McDonald made it work for the salary. Patrick Queen hasn't played all that well with the Ravens this year. He's just not really developing in coverage. He's kind of a liability out there at times, but he's going to certainly help out our linebacking core a lot. And if I could get a corner, maybe. I just can't have David Long and Robert Rochelle out there. I just can't do that. I only have a 2nd round pick. I don't really have a ton of money. It's going to have to be a vet, and I'm probably going to have to clear some space as well. So I'm going to look in team salary, see where I can save a penny or two, or millions of dollars. It would be better than a penny, I think. And we'll see what happens. I don't know. It's going to be pretty bad. Arden Key's going to be released. That frees up a little bit. There's not really a lot of room here. John Vay Johnson's going to be cut. I don't need any rookie backup quarterback. Goodbye. Dude, look at all these receivers. I don't need them. Trading the rest of my draft, a 2, a 5, and a 6 for Trayvon Mullen. He's good, man. 84 overall cornerback, pretty young. Don't know what his contract situation is. We're just going to have to deal with that. But for at least this season, going with this kind of rental strategy we have out here, it's a really big pickup for CB2. Really, really big. We did end up making the playoffs at 9-8. Not exactly a dominant year. It's been a struggle to get the offense going, but our defense is amazing. Number 1 ranked defense, number 7 ranked offense. Where are they getting that from? Because points per game were 21st. I don't really know where that number's coming from. Number 7. Matt Stafford threw for 5,000 yards. It's probably ranked on yardage, but if we're not scoring, I don't know what are the points good for, or what are the yards good for? 32 TDs, 11 picks. It's a good year. It's a good year. Cam Akers was really solid. Receiving, Cooper Kupp went off. I mean, Van Jefferson, please. Van Jefferson was in the slot, is what happened with that, and he's developing a lot. Might consider putting Robert Woods in the slot, but Van Jefferson's going up to star probably, so that was good. Maybe that could happen. Patrick Queen had 100. Oh man, I just saw something. Patrick Queen had 126 tackles, 8 for loss, 3.5 sacks. Check this out. Well, first of all, 18 tackles for loss for Leonard Floyd, but look at this duo. Von Miller sets the record for sacks in a year with 24.5. Never been done before. Still dominant. His counterpart, Aaron Donald, 21.5. Dominating? How do you stop both of those guys? You can't. You cannot. Insane. This bad safety got 3 picks, by the way. Good Lord. 2 players combining for 40 sacks, and even more than that, 45 sacks. Plus, will never happen, probably. ever in the league. That's just how insane that is. When you see yearly awards here, I'm sure it's going to back that up. For NFC Defensive Player of the Year, it's going to be a dogfight. Von Miller 1, Aaron Donald 2. That's what we're looking for with this rebuild. We just accomplished what we wanted to accomplish, despite the not so great record here. But we'll see. 9-8 against the 12-5 Panthers. There is potential here. We barely snuck into the playoffs, and we actually are going to get out of the wild card round. We have a breakout player message about Justin Hollins, by the way. He didn't have the performance he wanted. Okay. Cowboys are always very, very, very good in simulation. Hopefully we can knock them off in the divisional. And we don't. I thought there was a W that was from the previous week. Cowboys are so good in sim, man. They're so good. But I've tried out their playbooks and I haven't been nearly as successful. A little bit disappointing. That is our end to season 1 or season 2. Got a little bit further than season 1. Just got to continue to get better while fighting the regression as the Cowboys beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I don't know what it is about them, man. The Cowboys are programmed to be dominant. Zeke wins MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. DeForest Buckner wins Defensive Player of the Year. How? How? I'll never know. Well, I mean, I can find out. So I guess we'll do that. Can I hit R2, please? Dude, this is so buggy. He had 22.5 sacks. That's a robbery. Von Miller deserved that. That's stupid. A lot of available salary cap is probably not a good sign. It really isn't. It really isn't. Because that probably means somebody big is gone. Von Miller's still here. Jalen Ramsey's too good to be upgraded, I guarantee. Yeah, we can't even spend those skill points. We could move him to a different position and then upgrade him. Like, that's a way to get around that. We also will probably have big players to re-sign here at the offseason point. It is going to be Trayvon Mullen. Stafford. Stafford is the big one. For his price, we can't keep Matt Stafford. We just can't. Okay, so we bring back Bobby Evans, David Long, David Edwards, and Trayvon Mullen right now. Cole McDonald's got to get out of here. Havenstein, I think we should probably bring back. He's cheap enough. We might be able to afford Stafford. Do get Havenstein back. Don't really want Darrell Henderson. I don't really want Taylor Rapp. We can get a cheaper kicker than Will Lutz. I don't know, man. Like, Stafford's been putting up good numbers, right? But he kind of handcuffs us a little bit. But he's by far the best option at QB. Can I give him, like, a little bit of a hometown discount? Hometown, like he's not from Texas and played in Detroit for his entire career. All right. So we have a little bit of money in free agency. Quinnen Williams is good. We don't need him with Von Miller. Aaron Rodgers is here. That's the one. We got Devondre Campbell, but most importantly, we got Aaron Rodgers. That's bringing him back home. That's a hometown discount we were looking for. That's a really, really big addition to this team. Have Cooper Kupp, have Robert Woods. Might be looking to upgrade at receiver. The offensive line is still pretty good. Cam Akers might have his best season this year now that he's like a 90 overall. We could use a better outside linebacker, but the defense does look pretty good. We got Will Lutz, so there's our kicker. And I don't know what we would do with the draft. We don't have any picks, which is by design. I'm not complaining about it. I wanted that, but we don't have any. We have a 7th. Okay, so we have an 85 defense, 82 overall. I have to figure out the biggest gap that we can improve on the fastest. Why is our offense such a low overall? I don't really get that. How is this an 82? Maybe a better receiver? Can I trade Robert Woods and save money? Looks like I missed the boat on this. There are 0 teams in the league that want Robert Woods. Little unfortunate. We do have a little bit of a cap room, and of course we have picks. So first priority is getting a better right guard. Could be left guard too that I move over. Prefer somebody a bit young, but I don't want them to be too expensive. This is the perfect fit. Brad Knoll, 77 overall right guard from the Jets. What about 2 5s? How close does that get me? Pretty close. 2 5s and a 6. Does that improve right guard? It does. 23 years old. Pretty big upgrade right there. It's a +7. And again, I'm not really sure how it's only an 80. That doesn't really make sense. There has to be, you know, somebody out of position that they're not accounting for. Oh, and he has star dev too. Okay. Like, or maybe we don't have a fullback because Bryson Hopkins is a tight end. Jacob Harris is a tight end too, if you want to even call him that. He's more of a receiver, really. I'm trading a 72 overall receiver that CPU drafted, Baker. Trading a 4th this year and next year to get a 3rd this year from Minnesota. I just think we could use that in other trades. So I'm trying to work things out. I still don't really get the 80 overall. I think it fullback maybe. I'm kind of lost on that. It doesn't really compute to me. Trading a 3rd, a 7th, and a 6th next year for Uchenna Nwosu. And that really, really fits our hybrid type setup where Von Miller is down at left end. He's going to be a really, really good outside linebacker for us with pass rush potential. So, I mean, it's hard to find a bigger fit for the team, in my opinion, than Uchenna Nwosu, really. What do I really need here now? What do I really need? The rest is just developing. I mean, we signed Devondre Campbell. I might as well just stick that out. I really think that takes us over the top is a big-time receiver. It's just going to be tough to find the funds to do so. Not even for just my team, but for other teams as well. Other teams just don't have a ton of cap room. Trading a 1st and a 2nd for Jamar Chase from Cincinnati. That's a big-time receiver I was looking for. He's going to be under contract for the next 2 seasons, I believe. He'll be a free agent at the end of next year. So we should have him. He should have superstar development. He's an 88 overall, now an 89 with morale. Fits the team as well. You know, quickly becoming one of the best receivers in the league. So figured that was a pretty good upgrade to the squad. Big time weapon for Aaron Rodgers. Our offense takes a big boost from getting him. Still trying to figure out why the overall is not so high. Maybe I'll get a running back, like an RB2 and a fullback together in the same trade. Just doing what the Rams do, right? All right, 2/3 gets me a backup running back, McLean, and Johnny Stanton, the fullback. McLean is a made-up player, so I don't know who that is, but it says he has a good dev trade. He's only an 80 overall, but he was young, so I figured he would make that happen. Show me superstar. He's got star. But that's a pretty good backup to have. He is pretty fast, pretty quick. Went 9-8 and missed the playoffs. Why is the offense not highly rated? I don't understand that. How is it a 79? How could it be? 91 quarterback, 290 plus receivers, 90 plus running back, 80 plus across the O-line, 84 tight end. There's no player that's in the 70s. Terrible. Aaron Rodgers was really, really good. A lot of interceptions, to be fair. Cam Akers put up pretty good numbers. The receiving numbers are going to be wild. Only 4 touchdowns for Jamar Chase. Crazy yards for him and Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. Tyler Higbee, really good season as well. A little bit confused as to how we were not good. I mean, 3 guys put up double-digit sacks. AD, Von Miller, Uchenna Nwosu. Decent interceptions in there as well. Not really, though. Season recap has the Chiefs beating the Bucks in the Super Bowl. L'Jarius Sneed, Super Bowl MVP. Zeke won another MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. Chris Jones, Defensive Player of the Year is interesting. Interesting Coach of the Year. Kind of a lot of players to re-sign right now. We do have a bit of money. Cooper Kupp's probably going to be the most expensive one. We're going to do it, though. This is probably the final season. We got to go all out. I think... Let's get test free agency. Okay. Here's the thing. This is kind of like showing, and obviously the Madden Sim engine is just garbage, but this kind of shows what happens, like with the Texans, where a team just goes all out trading for players, gives up their picks, doesn't really develop the right way, and it just struggled to stay on top if it doesn't work out. So we're going to try and keep this together, but we're holding on right now. We're not, you know, killing it. We're holding on. Tyler Higbee wants to leave as well. So... I mean, we got Terrell Burgess, we got Jordan Fuller. Don't really care about the rest. We'll try to re-sign Kupp and Higbee in free agency. We don't really need Van Jefferson. We got Fletcher Cox and Tyler Higbee. Von Miller retired. So, Von Miller rebuild, he retired. It's a final year for a reason, I guess, right? Ooh, and we are not in line to get Cooper Kupp right now. It's got to change. Okay, got to cut Leonard Floyd. He is getting paid a ton. It just doesn't make sense to have him for that price. I mean, that's insane. Tutu Atwell can go too. I mean, no thanks. We got Casey Hayward and Cooper Kupp. That's very, very nice. Struggling for money right now. Here's the big thing, though. He's probably going to disconnect me here. Wouldn't be shocked. Or maybe simulating past that next week just doesn't disconnect you, which is cool. Nope, there it is. Right on cue. No picks in the draft. 0. All right, maybe it was a good draft class. We'll never know. Okay, we did find out. There was an 82 overall free safety, Eric Molden. Not Eric Molds. 94 speed, 85 zone, 83 hit power. I mean, yeah, it is probably the best safety I've ever seen, and it makes sense. How is it a 79 offense? What is lowly rated about the offense? It doesn't make any sense. I'm telling you, it's legit bugged. Because I've never seen this. I've never seen it. There's this random guy, Thurman Grenard. I'm pronouncing it Grenard, not Greener, because of Jonathan Grenard, the Florida edge rusher that got drafted by the Texans. Actually played pretty well this season. One of the lone bright spots on that team. And then defensively, he's got star dev. We need an outside linebacker to replace Leonard Floyd, and we got one who's 23, not 31. It's the same overall. So this is the team. Fletcher Cox going to play left end in our 3-4. Should be pretty good. I really don't understand why the overall is bugged. I really don't get it. I haven't really experienced this before. And I looked, everyone's in their proper positions. I really don't get why this would be counted in the 70s. I think it has something to do with maybe a super old quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. I really don't know. 79 offense, it just doesn't add up. This will be the final team, though. It's way better of an overall than it says it is. That's the only thing I can really say about it. I don't really get it, but hopefully it performs. It's been certainly disappointing up to this point. Let's turn it around. Like, it's showing 88 defense. 88 overall defense. I want you to see what an 88 overall looks like, opposed to apparently a 79. I don't know. I don't know. And it's not fullback. Fullback has nothing to do with it. I mean, go watch some of the other videos. See, it's showing an... I don't know, man. Showing an 85 defense here as opposed to 88 in the thing. I think it's just bugged. It wouldn't shock me with all the other problems that this game has. Finally performed. 11-6. Didn't win the division. Although we had a record that was good enough to. Let's see. Aaron Rodgers was still very, very good. Carried us to a 5th ranked offense. Insane numbers for a 41-year-old. Cam Akers was awesome. About 1,200 yards, averaging 5 per carry. 24 touchdowns. Receiving, Jamar Chase, 1,400 yards and 17 TDs. He's almost up to a 99 overall with morale and some temporary boost. Cooper Kupp was good. Overall, can't complain from the offense. Great stuff. Aaron Donald put up 12.5 sacks, 9.5 for Uchenna Nwosu. Not very many turnovers forced at all. Where do we rank defensively? I changed the Jacksonville playbook because I've had some success there. Number 3. Our ranks were insane. Number 2 offense, number 3 defense. This should be a good playoff run. Hopefully we don't lose to the Packers, who are apparently much better than we are, as we crushed them 31-13. We're not an 84 overall. We're just not. Again, I've been stressing this for the latter half of this video, but check this out. Check this out. 93 QB, 97 running back, and this is morale, but that gets factored in. 98 receiver, 91 receiver 2. All 80 plus across the line. Only 180. 83 across the rest of them, minimum. Tyler Higbee's playing up to an 84. Or 85, can't even read. It's broken. It's bizarre. We have the Panthers in the divisional. They're always very, very tough. But are we tougher? Yes, 21-18. And I'm jumping in. Let me, for perspective's sake, show the Cowboys 92 overall offense. Let's see how much better it is, right? remember the overalls that we had, right? It's going to be maybe a little bit better, but not plus 10. Dak's a 96. We have a 93 right now. Running back's a 99. We have a 90. Was it 91? What is he? 97. 97! It's not even that different. It's not even that different. They have a 71 fullback. Receivers, 97, 95. We have what? 98. We have 98, 91. Again, it's slightly worse so far. Tight ends an 85. We have an 85. 95 to our 83-ish. 78. We have an 80 plus there. Center's an 81. We have an 80 plus there. Zach Martin's a 97. Okay, we don't have quite that good. And then 91, Lyle Collins. Like, it's better, right? Very slightly. Very, very slightly better. Right, we take the edge in some positions, they take it in others, but overall it's pretty close. Left tackle and right guard's where they get the big boost, right? But it's not a difference of a 91 to a 79 or 81 now. 92 to 81. This doesn't make any sense. But we'll hop in. We'll do like we'll simulate and then jump in if we have to. I want this team to win a Super Bowl, and the irony is that Von Miller will not be a part of it. Pretty close game so far. Cowboys are up 10-6, and they go up 17-6. We're making it very close before halftime, and we're down only by 1 now in the third quarter. Might have to jump in at some point. We're on offense. Start of the fourth quarter. We had Aaron Rodgers wearing number 3. That's kind of disgusting. Our receivers are amazing. I think Jamar Chase should be super open on this, but we're going to have to check down. And we need a touchdown pretty badly. 2-point conversions probably going to be big as well, as we will operate out of the shotgun, and they're just leaving that wide open. Ran the same play back-to-back times. Went to the same receiver. Why not do it a third time? Hurry up. Dagger. I'm still looking at Jamar Chase first and foremost, but they do not cover the tight end. So we're going to keep going to Tyler Higbee. Hurry up again. Might not work in this area of the field because there's a little bit less space to operate. I did not mean to press X, dude. I meant to go square again. I wasn't even looking over there. Jeez. I mean, Cooper Kupp's going to be wide open on a slant, right? Yeah, touchdown. Had to be. Had to be Cooper Kupp. We got to go for 2. I want to call it the same play. They give me the same. They're giving me the same look. Worst case scenario, that outside linebacker drops back, but he didn't. Slant open, 2-point conversion successful. Tie game at 24. Ooh, we're on offense now. What happened? We get a big turnover or something? Can I see? I wish there was a way to see like play-by-play, and it's not going to be in scoring summary, obviously, because there's no scoring that goes on here. Hold on. Did Dak throw a pick? No. Is there a fumble? They just have a 3 and out. That works for me. We are set up with a 3rd and super long. This is a really bad play call because they're not going to get beat, or they're not going to get open deep. Going to check down. Jamar Chase makes somebody miss. That did not happen. Oh, look at the defense go. Dak with the throwaway, and we're going to get the football right back. Our defense is playing phenomenally well in simulation. Do I go back to Dagger? I like the play. It was really, really, really successful. And I'm just looking at Tyler Higbee all the way now because they just don't cover it. They don't cover Tyler Higbee. And to be fair, like if Jamar Chase and Robert Woods and all them are on the field, you probably forget about Tyler Higbee. But they're sitting in zone coverage. They haven't manned up once. It's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. I know it's kind of lame to see me run Dagger over and over again. But I don't want to only throw to Tyler Higbee, right? I would love to go to Jamar Chase or Cooper Kupp over the top, or even Robert Woods late. Cover Tyler Higbee, make me make a different decision. They're not going to. It's my favorite play of all time. I need to get this for Lions franchise. Going to Jamar Chase. That's what I was waiting for. Touchdown, Rams. We're going to go up by a TD here super late. And, I mean, what can you say? Defense came up with some huge stops. Should we jump in here? A minute to go. 4th and 7. Game on the line. Fletcher Cox is a stand-up outside linebacker right now. Let's go ahead and switch. No, hold on. No, switch it back, switch it back, switch it back. I got Aaron Donald in coverage, not where I want to be. Throw it outside, incomplete. That was crazy. Went for Goddard, whoever that is, and just straight run should end the game here. What a way to fight. This Rams team is going to the Super Bowl. 31-24 is your final. Big game for Aaron Rodgers, 330 through the air, 3 touchdowns as well. Big game. Let's go ahead and upgrade all these players. Did we even check the stats this season? I don't think that we did. Did we? No, we may have. These look kind of familiar. Yeah, we definitely did. I just didn't see Grenard do anything. 5 sacks for Patrick Queen. Guess I didn't really look all that carefully. And Jacksonville is in the Super Bowl. Number 6 defense. Huh. We have the number 5 offense. I don't like that we're on the right. I'm just used to it being on the left. A little bit confusing, but here we are. Finally made it all the way. Jamar Chase is going to be a superstar X Factor now. It said 2 players upgraded. Kind of weird considering there was only 1 there. Let's go ahead and check out this team. Final team in the Super Bowl. This is where we want to be. Jamar Chase, superstar X Factor. The O-line looks great. You know what it looks like to me? It looks like a 79 overall offense. And then defensively, Grenard goes up to superstar. Uchenna Nwosu goes up to superstar. Look at the overalls of the defense, man. This is a unit. No wonder Dallas couldn't score when they needed to. And the Jaguars? I mean, come on. I hate to say it. This is the Jaguars. They're an 82 overall. I know overalls can be deceiving because somehow we are not like a 90. But we got to beat this team, man. We got to beat this team. Just holding on to a 7-point lead here. Now 14-0 as the Jags score to end the second quarter. 21-7 now in the second half. Jacksonville can't really do much. They're down 28, now 35-17, 42-17, 49-17. LA pouring it on, and that is a Super Bowl victory for your Los Angeles Rams. No Matt Stafford, no Von Miller, but Aaron Rodgers and a bunch of crazy players that you wouldn't think would ever end up on this team. Jamar Chase, Fletcher Cox, who was actually rumored to be traded as I record this today, didn't end up materializing. But that is a Super Bowl. Trevor Lawrence makes it and gets dominated by an amazing defense and an 81 overall offense. But that's going to do it for the video, man. No Von Miller on the podium, unfortunately. Didn't end up making it. Really unfortunate to see. But Aaron Rodgers, who wanted to be on a California team, the 49ers didn't want him. He goes to the Rams, and he wins the Super Bowl. I mean, that just does feel like an Aaron Rodgers thing to do, right? Out of spite, go into the same division of a team that passed on you, win a Super Bowl at the end of your career for no reason. Feels right. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.
I hit it at the park, bend bones. See me high step to the end zone. My life like a game, Nintendo. Playing with the best, let them know. Get off the track, the train's coming through. Yeah, promise you get in my way, then you best believe I'ma just run over you. Yeah, I'ma turn taking it back to the house. Defensive joke, I'm laughing so loud. Speed burst good.